Yo, we got 10 heel turns that vitally saved a WWE wrestler's career.
Despite initial
Let's
success,
see what's going
sometimes a
on here.
babyface's persona can become stale and they're left with no choice but to turn heel. This
Yes,
heel turn
sir.
usually gives their character a new lease of life and the wrestler will then embark on the best run of their entire
I hope I know most of
career.
these.
But which wrestlers were they? Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 wrestler heel turns that saved a career.
Let's see. Subscribe to WrestleMania. They're cool, bro.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists.
Like
Also
this
check
video
out
as well.
WrestleMania.co.uk
Subscribe.
and on wrestling channel Incredible. Number 10, Batista. By the time Batista made his return from injury in 2009, his babyface character was insanely stale.
Okay, I wasn't watching at this time,
babyface
bro. I was
since
legit. I
2005,
was
and
like 8
something
years
needed
old.
to change.
7.
His popularity was dwindling, and if something wasn't
I was
done,
7,
his
yeah.
star power would have seriously diminished. WWE made the right call to turn Batista heel, and they were going to do this at the Bragging Rights pay-per-view in 2009.
Okay.
Batista would turn on his close friend Rey Mysterio, and this heel turn injected new energy into the former WWE champion. But Batista's character work was exceptional, and although his heel run would just last 8 months, it was truly some of the best work of his entire
8 months
career.
is crazy.
Batista seemingly overnight became fantastic on the mic, and his mannerisms and body language took the new villainous persona to a whole new level.
Batista's a goat,
Number 9, Neville. And Neville
Batista
always
is
had
a
a
goat,
reputation for
indeed.
being one of the best in-ring talents in the industry.
Neville.
There was always something missing. Neville was never going to receive a substantial push in WWE because he lacked character and fans struggled to take him seriously as a threat. This all changed when WWE made the decision to turn him heel at the end of 2016.
I remember when he
His
turned
character
heel against Rich Swann, bro. That shit was...
would turn a complete 180 and he would enter into the cruiserweight division.
He grew
His
out a
character
beard,
change
bro.
was phenomenal, and it gave
Man.
Neville that edge that had been missing.
Bro, he
Neville had a
carried
great
an
presence
entire
on screen
division,
as a
bro.
heel, and
On
fans
his
were
own.
so impressed with the new
On his
character,
own.
They wanted him to push him into the main event scene. Although he would leave the WWE in 2017, he would eventually sign with AEW, where he kept the majority of the character traits that he initially debuted during his WWE heel turn. Number 8,
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan.
he's doing great in AEW right now. He's a All-Atlantic champ, I think, right now. Yeah, I can't believe they let him go either. Let's be real. They just be firing people, bro.
Former WWE champion Daniel Bryan.
They really
was
don't
widely
care,
regarded
to be
as being one
honest
of the most
with you.
popular stars to ever step foot in a WWE ring.
Daniel
However,
Bryan.
in 2018, it was clear that the Yes Movement character had become stale and Bryan needed to try something new. Whilst the fans hadn't officially turned on Bryan, the reactions were getting weaker and weaker, and it was apparent that if Bryan wanted to maintain his main event position, he was going to have to evolve. Bryan would turn heel during a WWE title match with AJ Styles on SmackDown.
Yes, I
Bryan
do
would shoot
remember
to win the
this.
title in a move that nobody saw coming.
Bro,
Bryan would then
that...
debut a brand new heel character to go along
You
with
see,
his
this
title
belt
reign.
right here,
He would
this
preach about the
eco-friendly
environment.
belt?
He would thank
Hell
fans
no.
for their part in destroying the earth. This was a bold character, but it was genius, and it could be argued that this was the finest work of Bryan's entire
It was a good
career.
character. That
Bryan
belt
would
is
also
just
take
not
part in
it,
a memorable
bro.
storyline
It's
with
so
Kofi
bad.
Kingston, which saw Bryan help Kofi reach to the top of the WWE. Number 7, Edge.
He did all that, helped Kofi make it to WrestleMania, and then a couple months later lost in 7 seconds. Yes. 7 seconds to Brock Lesnar.
During Edge's early days in WWE, he was always a solid mid-carder, but he
Edge.
lacked something that made fans question if he was a true main event talent. In 2004,
Damn, Hulk Hogan was
Edge's
still around
babyface
when Edge
character
was...
incredibly dull,
Golly,
and
bro.
fans were rather bored of the generic happy-go-lucky babyface that really didn't fit in with the ruthless aggression era. A heel turn would come when Edge became obsessed with winning the world title, and when fans didn't choose him to face world champion Triple H at Taboo Tuesday,
I remember
officially
they
snapped.
used to let the fans choose who's gonna have matches, bro.
Edge entered into a feud with the legendary Shawn Michaels, and this propelled him to the next level. His heel turn had logic, and there was genuine motivation behind his shift in motives. Thankfully, this is where Edge began to come into his own in WWE.
Yes,
and
sir.
in the next few months, he would transition into an outstanding heel character, and it wouldn't be too long before Edge would win his first ever WWE title. Number 6, Hulk Hogan. In 1996, wrestling fans were growing tired of
Hulk Hogan was
family-friendly,
definitely
cartoonish
not in my
wrestling,
time.
and they cried out for something more. WCW were ahead of the game in realizing this, and they decided to turn the beloved Hulk Hogan heel. Hogan's character had become rather dated, and as the wrestling world entered a new era, the red and yellow had to go. Hogan would turn heel at the Bash at the Beach pay-per-view in '96, and he would form the NWO alongside Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
One of the best
This heel
factions
turn took
ever.
WCW to new heights, and it gave Hogan arguably
We don't
the
fuck
most
with Hulk
entertaining
Hogan,
run
though.
of his entire career.
We don't do
Without
that.
a doubt, kept Hogan's popularity
We don't do
alive
that.
through the '90s, and
You
if
don't-
this heel
you don't
turn
like
didn't
me, bro.
happen, it would have been rather interesting to see
You
what
don't-
would have
you don't
happened
like-
to Hogan's
you don't
once
like me, bro.
illustrious star power. Number 5, Bradshaw. Following WrestleMania
JBL,
20,
the
WWE
GOAT.
were low on star power. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg had just exited the company, and they needed to make new stars rather quickly.
Yep.
WWE came up with the idea of turning APA member Bradshaw into a main eventer. He was going to transition into John Bradshaw Layfield, and he would debut a brand new heel character. Now, there was a ton of skepticism surrounding this at the time, as fans questioned if Bradshaw could pull it off.
Guy, bro.
Thanks to strong booking and unbelievable commitment to the
I
character,
do remember
it couldn't have
JBL,
worked
bro.
any better.
Used to
He
come
entered
in on
into a
this
feud with
stupid
Eddie Guerrero for the
limo
title, and the
every
character work from both
night,
men was
dude.
on point, and it made fans take JBL seriously as a legitimate main event attraction. Number 4,
I got to see the
Chris
end of his
Jericho.
career.
But when Chris Jericho returned to the WWE in 2007, something fell off. Jericho's character wasn't hitting the mark, and it was obvious to fans as well as Jericho himself that a character change was needed. Jericho would turn heel and enter into a feud with Shawn Michaels, but along with his heel turn came a brand new version of Jericho. He began to wear suits, and he would cut long-winded promos where he belittled the fans and stated that he believed that he was the best in the world. Jericho's heel character was so good that he actually had people attacking him on the street because he was able to get under people's skin. The heel character was acclaimed by fans and is often regarded
people
as the
took
most
it that
compelling work of his
seriously, bro.
entire career. Number 3.
Bro. I got that belt right there,
Acclaimed
bro.
by fans and is
Hold
often
up.
regarded as the most compelling work of his entire
That belt right there. I got a better version. Oh, dude. I'm trifling, bro. I don't even know what I'm doing. Boom. Wait. I don't even know if you guys. Look at that, bro. It's hard putting that back up, so I'm gonna just.
career.
Well, it's not hard.
Number 3, Bayley. Bayley's hugger character was beloved by fans in NXT, but when she debuted on the main roster with the character, it grew tiresome very quickly. Therefore, in 2019, she decided to pitch a heel turn. Bayley knew that a heel turn was needed. As she couldn't be
Bayley
the
used to
same
get booed
character
out the
forever.
building, bro.
Bayley would destroy the Bayley buddies and would even cut her ponytail off, showing fans that the old Bayley was officially dead. As part of this new heel persona, she would join forces with Sasha Banks, and the heel work from both women was top tier. Bayley would explain the heel turn during an interview with Fox 5 Atlanta and the reason behind the heel turn. She stated, "Nothing's changed. I know a lot of people are asking about my actions lately, but do you have a best friend? And would you do anything for your best friend? That's what I've been doing. Sasha Banks is literally my best friend, the best person I've ever met in my whole life, and I would do anything for her. And if anybody has a problem with her, I just have to be there for her and be by her side. And that's all I'm doing. I'm a champion. Kids look up to me. I'm a role model."
You see, after seeing this whole statement, and Bailey's been out on injury for like a year now, I want to say. And her best friend Sasha is gone. She's gone. She's out of there, bro. she's out of there, bro. And the company she works for still is belittling her as a bad guy. So what does she do? Does she stay? Does she go? I don't know, man.
And Bayley and Banks' work
I
together
don't
pretty
know.
much carried
Make your
WWE
bread, I
throughout
guess.
the pandemic, which was certainly a tough task when the WWE superstars
Because
were
they are
performing in front
shitting
of
on your
zero
best friend
fans
at the
on a
moment.
weekly basis.
Golly, bro.
During this heel run, Bayley seemingly put
Respectable.
it all together in the ring. She became a locker room leader and a ring general, and there are calls from fans for Bayley to keep the
Dude,
heel
I miss
character
Bayley, bro.
indefinitely.
She's been gone
Number
for
2,
so long.
The Rock.
So
Initially,
long.
The Rock was pushed as a generic babyface, but this was met with universal hatred from the audience. So much so that The Rock actually received a Die Rocky Die chants directed towards him. This all
Damn.
changed when The Rock turned heel and
Hey,
joined the
niggas
Nation
were
of
different
Domination.
back in the
This
day.
allowed The Rock to let out his natural charisma and actually deliver compelling character work. This took The Rock to the next level, and fans began to rally behind this. WWE quickly realized they hadn't.
So how is The Rock not number one, right? Are we gonna put Roman Reigns at number one? Because let's be real, bro. Back in the day, The Rock, they're saying die Rocky die, and then he turns into one of the best wrestlers ever, and then becomes one of the best movie stars ever. Surely he would be number one. I already know number one's gonna be Roman Reigns, but I mean,
megastar on their hands, and by the summer of 1999, The Rock's popularity
I don't know
had
about all
skyrocketed,
that.
so much so that The Rock was on the level of Stone Cold Steve Austin in terms of crowd reactions. It was a great call from WWE to align The Rock with the nation way back in '97, and if this never happened, it's a distinct possibility
1997
that WWE
is
would have
crazy,
never
bro.
discovered just how great of a talent they had. And number one, Roman Reigns. The WWE's decision to make Roman Reigns the face of the entire company was met with disdain from fans. Reigns would receive less than warm reactions from the audience for years, and the main reason for this was that the character felt forced and unnatural. However, in 2020, WWE did the unthinkable. They would turn Reigns heel. Returning at SummerSlam, Reigns would debut a brand new villainous persona that took no prisoners.
No, like it did save his career at the end of the day, but
Reigns would also have an association with the Usos, and the trio would form the bloodline.
I'd have to argue for number. He would have to be number two for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
History, and his heel run was so appreciated by fans that it simply made them ask one simple question: why did WWE wait so long to turn Reigns heel? But there you have it, folks.
Because they're a bunch of idiots, man. I'd like to argue that The Rock should be number one, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Check out WrestleMania's channel. Great video. Like this video, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Later. Later, Gators.